Hey guys, thanks for clicking in and spending some time with me in this video. It has been a minute since I've done just a new ink focused video, and that's because one, I think that the March Ink Madness burnt me out a little bit because behind the scenes that was crazy. But also, I tend to do more stationary focused videos because I get that in and I want to store it away. I want to use it right away. But with inks, when I get them in, it's not like I'm going to immediately ink up a new pen and use it unless I'm also getting a new pen. So anyway, some of these things have been sitting with me for a little while, and we're going to do a little bit of time travel back to the past here with this one, and then we'll go and do this. So just really quickly, Inkvent calendar, Diamine's Inkvent calendar. Last year was the first year I got one of these. It was also the first year that I got into fountain pens and ink and all of that other stuff. And so I wanted to kind of show you which ones I decided to buy the full bottle of, which, spoiler alert, it's these four. And how I did my swatches back then in my Hobonichi Cousin, which this is censored, but you can probably figure out what that says. So these things I ordered from Dromgoals. I ordered them on June 26th, and they actually arrived on August 9th. So I've been sitting on them for a hot minute. It's now, as the time of recording, mid-October. So I just haven't really done much with them. And then after we do this, there'll be timestamps if you don't care about this because you saw all the ink swatching last year from everybody else. That's completely fine. There'll be timestamps. I'll probably even put it on the screen for you where you can go to here because this is one of the newer colors from Wearingeul. This is Narcissus and Goldmund. So this is an ink that I was looking forward to as soon as I saw that it was announced because it's a black with a gold shimmer. And I love that. I've made it before, but I haven't really seen it made where you can buy it off the shelf. And then so this one right here, I ordered September 19th, got it on September 30th. Again, been sitting there for a hot minute. The Black Tulip, I actually ordered this on June 30th and got it on July 3rd, and I've yet to ink this up. But I think today is the day because, spoiler alert, I got a new pen. But I didn't buy it. I was gifted a new pen. So I'll probably be filling this pen up with this ink. And you'll see why it's a perfect match and great combination. And then, let's see. I was asked when I do this to show these two, the Black Tulip and Shogun. And then I thought I'd go ahead and add my Velvet Black and Copper from DeAtramentis because these two are very similar in my opinion, more so than these two. Oh my goodness, this won't stay put. Okay, anyway. All right, so this first, then this, and let's get started on this stuff. Let's start with taking a look into my 2024 Hobonichi Cousin. The glory days of my planning life when I had a vertical weekly. So good. I do not miss the quotes at the bottom though, because I don't know if you can see this, but if I were to squish this out, you can see how much more chunked up the bottom is. And that's because I covered up every single quote. It feels like a brick that's in here. Anyway, you guys aren't here for that. Let's talk about this. So the first one that I picked was actually Cranberry. So on this particular day, I had forgotten, this was December 7th, I had forgotten that I started, oh my gosh, this doesn't want to lay flat right now because of the plastic. Hang on a minute. There we go. Okay. So day 6 was Cranberry. And if you guys aren't familiar with Inkvent calendars, they come in these little bitty bottles. And then in these bottles, they will tell you what kind of ink it is. And I don't know if this is going to show up very well or not because it's on this gold writing, but it says chameleon. So for instance, when we get to Snow Globe, this is a chameleon ink, which historically I've never been able to show you guys correctly, but this is actually a blue and a purple shimmer. Anyway, they're really tiny little bottles and you get a whole bunch of them. So on this day I was doing ketchup and the sheen on this guy is just wicked cool. I actually got 2 sheening inks. So the second one I picked up was Grotto right here. You can see that sheen, and incidentally, these cats might look familiar to you from the logo because that's where I actually got the idea. I was doing these Inkvent things and I thought it'd be cute to doodle a little cat, and then when I decided to make a YouTube channel, I thought, hey, let's use this guy. So, all right, that is the Grotto one that I got. And then Snow Globe, this is the one I was telling you is the chameleon ink, but it's going to be hard to see the shimmer. Hopefully when I redo this for you guys now, you'll be able to see it easier. And then the last one was Diamine's Winterberry. And my gosh, this red with the shimmer is just chef's kiss, so pretty. So when I was looking back on 2024 and trying to decide which inks I wanted to buy when the Inkvent calendars came up, those are the 4 I picked for various reasons, but you can tell that shimmer, shimmer, sheen, sheen. It's basically how it ended up working out. And it also helps if I'm centered in the viewfinder. So I'm going to actually work on them this way around. Sheen first, then shimmer, because it's just easier to clean the water after them. So let's take a look at these 2. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the Cranberry says that it's a standard that happens to sheen, and the Grotto is extreme sheen, which I hadn't seen before. So I'm just going to get all of these boxes opened so we don't have to waste time on that. Get myself some paper out, and we'll get started. Just really quickly, some of you guys are interested in the tools that I use. So this is just a Kakamori nib. It does have a dent in it, so I've kind of quit using it for a while, but I think it'll still be fine for this purpose. This is like a B2 nib. I actually got this in Archer and Olive's last year's Halloween stuff. And then I have a medium and a fine of the Pilot Irotsushi dip pens that I'll do. Okay, I think this is how we're going to do it. So I'm going to put the swatch of ink here in this grid. Then I'm going to put my first writing sample here and my second writing sample here. Also, I am historically terrible about trying to talk while writing. It is still something I'm working on. So I think what I'm going to do for everybody's sake is I will record this part here doing the stuff, but then I'm just going to put music over it so you guys can listen to music while I do this. You can skip through all of this to the end, which honestly, that's what I do in every ink review video. I watch them talk about which inks, and then I immediately skip to the finish. That's just me. And then once it dries, I will be doing close-ups and stuff for you. And so, like, once again, everything will be time-stamped in chapters and description. Okay, so that said, let's do this. I'm also going to try to remember to make sure to hold the pen lower, because I don't know if you can see this when I'm writing. It tries to focus here, and that messes everything up. But if I try to hold it down here, it tends to stay on the paper. So let's see how that goes. All right, cueing the music in 3, 2, 1, let's go. All dry and ready to go through. So I realized first, this is the fine column. This was the medium nib column. And I hope you all enjoyed my little typo thing I had going on here. All right, so the first one was Cranberry, and you can see that sheen that's happening. It's not listed as an extreme sheen, but it is very sheeny. And then let's take a look here at the fine. And then at the medium. So definitely shows up more in a large swatch, but I don't know if you can tell, it kind of changes the coloring of the writing. You don't see the sheen so much, in my opinion, like in the downstrokes at the ends of points, but it overall makes the ink color a little bit different. Next one is Grotto. This was the extreme sheen, which I think you can see why if I just tilt the page here a little bit. Look at that little nose, so green. Okay, anyway, this one you can definitely see in writing, so I'm just gonna move this around a little bit, and you should see how shiny and green those look. Again, this one is the fine, and this is the medium. I also chose to do two different phrases that show all the letters in the English language, so if that helps you at all. All right, this one here, Snow Globe, is going to kind of be hard to see. So in the viewfinder, I'm looking at it right now, that looks blue shimmer. But when I twist it, it looks purple. So I don't know if I can get this to show. I don't know why I have such hard times, but I'm just going to kind of manipulate the page a little bit. And we'll check and see if that shows later. So anyway, if you watched one of my recent videos, I was always in the hunt for a perfect certain blue that I had been looking for. And this is the blue. I did I did want it in a standard ink and not with shimmer, but I do love this a lot. This is in the fine, and this is in the medium. I will say this one writes a lot drier. You can see also how my dip pen kind of ran out of ink here. So I started dipping more frequently for the others. As far as seeing the shimmer in the letters, it's not heavy. It's not super heavy at all, but it's there. So I'll twist the page a little bit. Maybe you can see it. And Winterberry, the official chameleon one. This one is like red and gold shimmered. So let's see if that plays nicely. I'm definitely seeing red, and then if I twist it just enough, it looks like gold shows up. Super, super pretty color. This one, absolutely can see the shimmer in the writing, even in the fine. So hopefully that looks like it showed up pretty good in the quickly right there for you. Maybe one day when I make it really big on YouTube, I can get one of those secondary monitors so I can see what's happening better. All right, so that is the inks that I got from the Inkvent. And next we'll take a look at the two new Wearingeul's. I am most excited about this guy, which you can't even see there you go, Narcissus and Goldmund. And then the Black Tulip, which is funny, I have to keep twisting them so that you can kind of see the foiling, because on my screen, if I do this, it's barely legible. And then I will compare those, well, mainly this one with Shogun from Herbin, and then the DeAtramentis one. Okay, let's get everything set up for that. I'll be right back. Since that format seemed to work out really well just a moment ago, I think I am just going to do the same thing again. Again, this column is going to be the fine. This will be the medium. We'll put the music on while I write, which incidentally, I realized when I did this, it helped me write a little bit neater. So that was an interesting side effect. The first color though is Black Tulip, and I'm going to go Black Tulip, and then I'll do the gold, and then I'll do the two bronze coppery colors here. I wanted to show you this though, because it's silver shimmer in here, but it's kind of got like a bluish quality to it, purplish. So I'm going to switch it over here really quick. Do you see it? I'm not the only one, right? It's like a purpley silver thing happening. Okay, let me get to swatching, and then we'll come back and take a look at the dried. All right, everything is all dry and good to go. Hopefully you saw how some of these wrote more wet than the others. I'm looking at you, Shogun. You appear to be a dry writer. Also, I am testing out a ultrasonic cleaner on the nibs that I just used as my first run. So hopefully you guys don't hear that buzzing in the background. It's pretty light, but I wanted to try it on something that I wouldn't be crying if I lost out on. Okay, I thought that was dry, but I forgot that I really gooped that one on there. I also increased the lights in here since these are all black. It's kind of hard to see. This also made me realize that when I do my all black ink comparison video, eventually, that's going to be really hard to film. So I probably really will take these outside and do some of that. I think also, yeah, I'm going to insert a picture at some point in time, maybe now, maybe in just a few minutes, of these taken outside so you can really see the different shimmers and the blacks, because it's just hard. So the first one was Black Tulip, and you can see that silver, that shimmer that is kind of reads as purplish or something like that, bluish. It's kind of cool. Not kind of, it is cool. This wrote beautiful, as one would expect from a Wearingeul ink. I will say that the shimmer in the writing isn't super heavy. Oh, sorry, I just realized that was very blurry. That the writing and the shimmer in the writing isn't super heavy. Like the concentration of shimmer in the ink isn't crazy. And then the Narcissus and Goldmund one that I was really looking forward to, little bit disappointed because one, I wanted more shimmer, and two, I really wanted a bright gold. This is not a bright gold, and I am not even seeing it show up in there. So hopefully you're getting that. And then also the same with before, the shimmer is not showing up a super lot in the writing. So I'm just going to kind of move it around. Maybe it'll show up a little bit for you guys. It's definitely there, but I have to kind of look at it at like a little bit of an angle to see it. And then Shogun and the Velvet Black Copper, Herbin and DeAtramentis, super, super similar. Very different from this. This is gold. These are versions of copper, and I would have to say, and you guys might have to take my word for this, this feels a little more rose gold. This feels a little bit more copper to me. The writing, it shows up very well in, but I think if you saw that, oh, that's pretty good. You can kind of see the difference. Oh, perfect. Yes. So you can see the difference in these two golds, coppers, rose, whatever you want to call it. If you saw when I held up this bottle, you can see how much shimmer is in that. So it's not surprising at all that you can see how much shows up in the writing, even on that fine nib. And the medium, of course, shows more. That's not to say that it doesn't show up in the Shogun either, but with the DeAtramentis, it almost takes over the color, and I can see it barely tilting it. Okay, well, that was fun. It's definitely been a minute since I've done that, and I had to clean my nibs and water so much. All right, so now on to the surprise, which is this guy. Some of you may be familiar with this logo and this brand. I was not and am not, but my coworker went to the Orlando Pen Show here recently, which I say recently, at this point it was last month. Oh man, look at all that ink on my hands. Anyway, and came back and gifted this to me, and I freaking love it. I do not have a pen that looks like this. I had to go and grab the name online, and I really don't know that much about this pen other than, if you don't know this logo, it is a Grifos Pens of Italy, and he loves him some Italian fountain pens. And the colorway on this, I think it's just called Silver Cap black fountain pen. And I think the style of this is Nyloe, Nyloe. I think that's what I saw on the website. If any of you guys know differently, please let me know. So this is the pen. I kind of thought that this part right here would be where you rest your hands, but it's actually, also it's not threaded. It's just a pull and click, which is really nice. But it's part of the actual cap. So how can I not ink this up with a Black Tulip? Now I could go with the Narcissus ones because it's got the gold, but the silver is just, it's just too perfect, right? And so he has said that this is a medium nib. And by the way, this nib is, like, the design on this nib is so pretty. Okay, let me go ink this up, and I guess I'll do some writing in my journal since we don't need to swatch this because we just swatched it. All right, that was a very eventful run to fill this up. I'm not going to go into all the details of what happened, but I also took a moment to look this up on their site again, and this cap is actually sterling silver, which also explains, I mean, you can't tell, but trust me when I say it's really weighty. So I'm going to enjoy, because I write holding the cap, I'm going to kind of enjoy that as a tactile thing. And then also the website says that the solid sterling silver cap is guilloche engraved by hand. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'll put the right word on the screen. Okay, so since we already swatched this, I feel okay sharing my journal entry page today because I already shared it on my Instagram. Here it is. He said this is a medium. Honestly, I think it might be a broad or something, because holy cow, that's insane. This is it's a medium. Hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure it's a medium. Yeah. So this one right here is a medium Kaweco, and you can see that this is even a little bit skinnier than this. Either that or it's just a very, very tuned wet nib. Writes lovely. It's kind of interesting because the point doesn't look that big, and it writes a little, I don't want to say, not scratchy, but kind of the feel you get when you write with like a medium fine. That's why I kind of wonder looking at it if it's been tuned in just a little bit, because it's nothing crazy to make that broad of strokes. So take you closer. Let's see if you can see this shimmer showing up in this ink. I'm not seeing it on camera that well, but trust me when I say it shows up very nicely in the writing, especially if you hold it at an angle that's like this, like when you're reading it. It's really pretty. And this shimmer, I swear it's silver, but I really think that there is an ink. Hang on, let me get it for you. Okay, I got this sample a long time ago from Van Ness. It's Color Traveler is the brand. And it was in there, I think on Grandpa's basement, I think, which means once it's gone, it's gone. And I love this thing so much that I don't want to use it, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere. But the shimmer in this is so similar because I don't know if this will get in there, but you see how it's, I don't know if it's going to show, but it's silver, but it's almost rainbowy. It's almost like confetti rainbow stuff. That's what this is really reminding me of. It's reminding me of Fireworks by Color Traveler because it feels like it has more than silver in it, but it could be just the pairing with the black ink. Woo! Are we done rambling? Okay, so let's try to zoom out here just a little bit. At least I fixed my camera angle from the last time when I kept bonking my head on it. All right, so that has been this video. And like I said, I feel okay sharing this page because I already shared it today on Instagram, which if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I'm trying to post more there. And I don't necessarily focus on planner or journaling type content solely. It's just kind of a little bit more personal. And so that's the kind of stuff that you can expect to see there. go ahead, feel free to follow me if you'd like. And yeah, that is this video. I hope you guys enjoyed a break from stationery hauls and getting back into inks. If you liked this video, please thumbs up. And if you really like this video or like this kind of content, please subscribe. I have a personal goal to try to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And I'm so far, I'm so far from it. But maybe, who knows? Miracles can happen. All right. Thank you for spending some time with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.